Hey, my creators, how you doing today? I'm over at my favorite place, canva.com, and I want to show you today how you can use different text effects and just play around with text to really create some amazing designs like the one that you see here. So, when you want to go over to Canva and you want to create a new design, so let's do that. So I'm going to file and create a new design, and I am going to do a custom size. If I can find custom size, it's right at the top. And I'm going to change this units to inches, and I'm going to make it 12 by 16 because this is a typical size for a t-shirt design. So let's create a new image or new design. So now we have our workspace here on Canva, and we are just going to see what we can come up with some apps and some different effects on text. Okay, so are you ready? Let's get started. All right, so I'm over in my folders, and these are images that I have created using AI. And you can do the same. And if you don't want to, or don't feel like it, or don't have the time, I do have images available, very low cost in my shop for 40 cents currently. So let's click on something cute. I like this little fancy lady right here. So we're just going to pop her over here. I'm going to stretch her out across the page a little bit. And one thing that I don't like, and sometimes this happens with AI images, you see the top of her hair, it's cut off. So we're going to do something about that. First of all, let's remove the background, and that's a pro feature. So you got to make sure you have Canva Pro in order to do most of the things that I am showing you. So I'm removing the background. Once the background is removed, it turns to a kind of purple color back here, so you know that the background has been removed. So now I'm going to click off of the image, which I just did. I'm going to click back on it, and I'm going to duplicate the image. What I want to do is I want to take part of her hair and I guess kind of put it on top here to make a full puff. Okay, so the second image at the bottom, I'm going to crop it, and we're just going to play with this a little bit so that we can get a full size puff for her hair. And I think we almost have it. Let's move this in a little bit. And then we're going to go to position, and we're going to put that to the back. Or maybe we shouldn't. Let's do it like that. Keep it to the front. And let's see if we can just kind of blend it in a little bit. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of this. Because all we need is the very top part so it won't look so flat at the top. And then I'm going to duplicate that and pull it over again, and I'm going to flip this around. You really have to play with, when you're doing this, you really have to kind of play with it because you want to make it look as real as possible. But if you take some time and do it, you can get the perfect image. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we have a full effect for her hair. And I'm actually going to do a couple more little things because if you see on the side on the left, it's a little darker. So I think I'm going to use this side and create that puff. Let's do this because I want it to match as much as possible. So you really do have to play with it. Let's see, move this backward. Oops, I don't know how she popped up there. Okay, so you just have to kind of play with it. I don't really like how these turned out, so I'm going to delete these. I'm going to do something totally different. I'm going to duplicate the entire left side. So let's duplicate the image. Let's flip her around and let's crop this down, crop this up. Let's see what we can do with this one. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to kind of play with it. And if it doesn't work, if you don't like it, you might end up having to get another image if you want to make sure that the um, it's a full image of hair. I think this one might work because we just want a little bit on top. Yep, there we go. So this one works. So we duplicated this image. Let's do it one more time so you really understand what I did. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. This image, the hair is cut off here. So I want a full puff. So I'm going to click on the image. I'm going to duplicate it. I now have two images. I want to use the left side. So I'm going to flip this image around. I'm cropping this second image down so that I can use this piece right here to make the top of her hair. But because it's darker than the original image, I have to really kind of play with it and crop it down. Because we only need a little piece. We don't need a lot. We just need a little piece to blend in at the top. Let's turn this a little bit, pull it over some. Okay, so now we have our piece that makes it a complete Afro puff, right? So there we go. Okay, so we've done that. Now let's group these two images together. So I'm going to select them both and hold the shift key. And now I am going to choose group. All right, so there we go. So now when I move this image around, everything is intact and it's one image now. So now let's add some text. Let's see what we can do. But I'm going to use an app instead of just the regular text. So I'm clicking on my app store here within Canva. And because I've already used this particular app, it's under the Your Apps tab. The one that I want is called Type Gradient, TypeGradient. And there's no space in between. And the reason I am telling you that is because when you search on apps in Canva, you have to make sure that you spelled it correctly and with no spaces if there is no space, because if you don't, you won't find it. So let's click on Type Gradient. And I really like this app. It really creates some really nice design. So let's type in here what we want under main text. So let's just type something simple like um, dope, but let's put it in capital letters. So now it's got the word dope in here. You can choose your font. I'm going to keep it as Anton. I like that. So I'm going to keep that there. I am now going to choose the colors and I'm going to kind of match it to her shirt here, which is kind of green and gold and yellow. So down here at the bottom, these are the gradient colors. So there are three different main points. So if I click on the one that's blue, you see that's at the top. The one that's a darker blue, that's kind of in the middle. And the one that's purple, that's on the end. So I'm going to click this first circle here, which represents the blue, and I'm going to change it. And I want it to be a color similar to her shirt. So I'm just sliding the wheel over to the green, and we're going to try to get it as close to the green on her shirt as possible. Okay, so I think I like that. Now we're going to go to the middle and we're going to make this, um, let's make this a black because she's got some black in her shirt too. So let's find the black. Okay, and I think that one is black. It's pretty dark. I know that's black because I know the hex code for black is all of these zeros. It's 6 zeros. So now we're going to click on the third one and we're going to make this a gold or yellow. So we're going to slide this wheel over to the gold area and we're going to try to, I don't want it green. I really want it gold. So let's see if we can get it as gold as possible. It might be more of the orange kind of color. Let's see. Well, I don't know if this is matching as much as I want it to, but it's close enough. So now you can also change your gradient type. So let's see what the radial looks like. I don't know if I want that. That's cone and that's mesh. I don't want that. I think I just want the linear. So we're going to keep it at linear and we are going to probably just add it to the design. Now, one thing you can do, you can change the height of the image as well that you're creating here. So let's make it large and see. Well, first of all, let's keep it where it was on 0 and let's add it to the design. So once you click on add to the design, it actually pops over here. Yeah, I don't think we needed to make it any taller because this is tall enough. So now when you click on the text that you just created with the app, you can make changes to it over on the left hand side. So if you don't like this color, you can change it. Let's click on this one. If I wanted to change this color black to something else, I would just click on the center dial and I would move this around. And you see, if you look on the left hand side at the top, it's changing where that black was to a different color. But I think I like it as it was. So we're going to keep it like that for now. All right, so let's move her up just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of crop her top some. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can crop her. Okay, I cropped her some. The problem was sometimes when you group images, um, you actually have to ungroup them when you do things like cropping because it when I crop this, it's only cropping this, it's not doing anything with this. So I've got to now kind of readjust this and play around with it a little more to make sure that it aligns perfectly. So I think this will be okay. Let me duplicate this now. And I'm just duplicating this one little piece. And I am going to flip this around. Uh-oh. And I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to crop it out a little bit so that it blends in a little more. Actually, guys, you know what? I shouldn't have cropped it because the problem when I cropped it, it just kind of changed the image completely. So let's just undo, undo, undo. We're going to keep undoing until we get back to our image as we had it. You see Canva is undoing everything that we did. Undo, 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 undo. Okay, I think, okay, there we go. So That's why I like doing these live, because these are actually some of the problems that you will run into. So it's good to do these so that you get a feel for what's going to happen. So let's make this word dope a little bigger. We'll just keep her shirt as it is. We won't crop her down because we don't want to mess with the hair. So let's do something fun. Let's add some elements to it. Go over to First of all, I'm going to get out of the type gradient, and I'm going to go over to element, and I'm going to type in gold sparkle or sparkles. And let's see what Canva gives me. I'm going to click on see all graphics. Okay, I love this one. I use this sometimes. This is a pro element as well. So I know I want to use this in the design somewhere. And I think I'm going to go to position and move this to the back. So it has put it behind our little lady. Okay, now for the word dope, I want to do something else. I want to add some like rhinestones. So let's see if we can find some rhinestones. All right, so Canva does have some rhinestones. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but we can make it work. And actually, I'm instead of rhinestones, I'm going to type in gold stars. Let's see what comes up here. Okay, I think I like this better. So let me see about this one. Yeah, I like this one. So we're going to just kind of put this down here by the word dope. We'll put it a couple of times maybe. Let's duplicate it. Let's put it over here. And then we are still going to do something to kind of hide the sharp cutoff at the bottom of her shirt, because I just don't like that. You may, and that's fine. It's a matter of personal preference. So let's type in gold slash. All right, so Canva is pulling up some graphics, and this is one of my favorites right here. And I am going to turn it a little bit, and I'm also going to make it smaller because I don't want it to go off the page. I'm going to put it down here. Now, I want it behind the word dope. So I'm going to click on position. I'm going to go to my layers tab, and I'm going to move this um, behind the word dope, but I'm making sure it's in front of our little lady. So you see how it has now moved to the back of the word dope, and it's still in front of her. So there we go. We got a cute little design, and we have used one of the apps in Canva. So that's a cute design. I love that. That is adorable. Truly adorable. All right, let's do another one. So I'm just going to add a page here. No need to create a new design. Go to elements, and if you type in frame alphabet, these Canva frames will come up, and a lot of them are the alphabets. Click on all, and you'll see the frames here. Let's choose something here. Let's just choose a couple of letters. S, E, and you see they're different font styles. There's another E. So this E is different than this E. Okay, but let me show you what you can do with these, which is so nice. So let's line them up here. And I'm not going to use this one because it's not going to fit on the page. So let me just duplicate this one here. Okay. And let me show you how you can use these frames. So let's say you chose whatever frame alphabets that you want to create your word for your design, or your words for your design. If you go to photos, or if you upload some different patterns, you can use those inside of these frames. So you see this red right here? If I just drag it over, here's a goal. Drag it over. Oh, it goes inside of the E. Um, Let me choose another color. I thought I saw a green somewhere. Let me just say green, sparkle. So I can choose that, bring it over here. So you see what I'm saying? And then if you double click inside, you can move the um, image, the photo image around so you can, use the effect that you want. Because you might have one that is maybe one side of the image is blue and another side is green or something, and you want a particular side. For instance, you see this one on the left? Let's click on this one and bring this over. Okay, so right now it's showing all of the yellow dots mostly in the middle. If I wanted to change that, if I double click and move this over, I can now just have the green. So you can do a lot with this. I like it sometimes when I use leather effects. So if we type in black leather. So here's some black leather down here. Maybe I want all my words to be in black leather. So it's a really cool way to have a different look on your images. So just imagine bringing in some different images and using text to really set your design apart from everybody else. So let's go back to elements and let's type in silver glitter. All right, so I chose this. So you see what I mean? You can really make your designs pop. Obviously, the word "C" is not something that I will put on a design. That's not making much sense to me. But you could use whatever you want. If you want to make these smaller, you would just select them all or select each one individually and hold the Shift key, and then you can make them larger or smaller. So if you have more text that you wanted to put on here, you would just size it to where you needed it. Okay. So anyway, guys, I know this video was a little long, but I just wanted to show you how you can use some text. We will work with some more apps to show you how to use text, but this was a quick way just to kind of get you flowing with the text. All right, guys, don't forget, the more you create, the less you hate. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please share.